Good morning, children. Welcome back to English online class of Sri Gokulam Public School, Guruvayu. How are you all doing, children? Hope you all are doing good. Yes. Hope you had a great weekend. Yes. Okay. Then let's start our today's session. Today we will discuss the topic pronouns. We have already discussed the topic nouns and the sentence. Pronouns is the third chapter from section C in your grammar text. So pronouns, nouns, all these are parts of speech. We have 8 parts of speech: nouns, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions and interjections. So we already studied one of the parts of speech, nouns, and today we will discuss pronouns, and the rest of the parts of speech we will discuss in the coming days. Okay? So we have already studied some types of pronouns, isn't it? In our third lesson, An Encounter in the Woods, we have discussed demonstrative pronouns, this, that, these and those. We have discussed interrogative pronouns, what, which, who, whom and whose. And we have also discussed reflexive pronouns like himself, herself, itself, themselves, ourselves, etc. So if we add self or selves with the personal pronouns, it becomes reflexive pronouns. So today we'll get into the introduction of the pronouns, and we'll also discuss personal pronouns. For example, Tutu was a mischievous monkey. Tutu was a little girl monkey. Tutu terrified Aunt Ruby. Tutu used Uncle Benji's hairbrush. Tutu would climb onto the shoulders of Major Malik. So when I told these sentences, when I said these sentences, don't you feel that I should have used some more apt words in the beginning of the sentence to make my sentences more interesting? Don't you feel it? Yes. I could have replaced the word tutu, in particular to say that pronoun tutu, I could have replaced it with some more apt words. So instead of repeating the nouns tutu every time in the beginning of the sentence, I could have used some more apt words. So here I can use she, because Tutu is a single monkey and Tutu is a little girl monkey. She is a girl monkey. So I can replace Tutu with she, the pronoun she. For example, Tutu was a little girl monkey. She was a mischievous monkey. She used Uncle Benji's hairbrush. She terrified Aunt Ruby, and she would climb onto the shoulders of Major Malik. So what is a pronoun? Pronoun is a word that is used instead of nouns, or it is used in place of nouns, or pronouns is used to replace the nouns in order to avoid the repetition. Okay, children? Yes. So pronoun is a word that is used in place of nouns. The other pronouns are I, we, us, me, mine, she, it, they. All these are pronouns. All these are examples of pronouns. Now let's discuss personal pronouns. What do you mean by personal pronouns? Personal pronouns are used in order to represent or in order to mention some particular person or things, or in order to mention some specific persons or things. We use personal pronouns. Personal pronouns like I, me, we, us, he, she, it, they, him, her, them, you, all these are personal pronouns. Now again, these personal pronouns are divided into two. Personal pronouns are again divided into two. Which are they? They are the subject pronouns and object pronouns. The subject pronouns are I, we, you, he, she, it, they. And the object pronouns are me, us, you, him, her, it, them. I becomes me, we becomes us, you becomes you itself, he becomes him, she becomes her, it becomes it itself, then they becomes them. So these are the subject pronouns and the object pronouns. Subject pronouns like I, we, you, he, she, it and they are used in the subject part of a sentence. They are used before the verb. You have already studied subject and predicate, isn't it? So it is used in the subject part, whereas me, us, him, her, it and them are used in the object part, or we can say in the predicate part. We have already studied subject and predicate. Subject means the naming part, the part of the sentence that names the person or thing, and the predicate part means the telling part. The telling part means it gives us more information about the subject, what the subject is doing. So the subject pronoun is used before the verb and the object pronoun is used after the verb. This is the easiest way to identify the subject pronoun and the object pronoun. Look if this object pronoun is after the sentence, after the verb or not. If it is after the verb, it is definitely the object pronoun. If it is before the verb, it is definitely the subject pronoun. In this way, you can easily identify the subject pronoun and the object pronoun. So children, which are subject pronouns and object pronouns? The subject pronouns are I, we, you, he, she, it and they. Which are the object pronouns? Me, us, you, him, her, it and them. These are the object pronouns. And this personal pronouns, it take various forms depending upon the person, number or gender. You have already studied number, right? Singular or plural. And gender, masculine or feminine. And person means first person, second person and third person. The first person means I, we, me, us, ours, mine, all these are first person. The first person means the person who is speaking. When we want to talk about ourselves, when we want to talk about our opinions and the things that happen to us, we use the personal pronouns or we use the first persons like I, we, me, us, ours and all. And when we want to speak to, when we are speaking to some other person, when we are speaking to some other person, the person to whom we are speaking, that is the second person. The person to whom we are speaking is the second person. The second personal pronoun is you. The third person means the person whom we are talking about. It is a third party. It can be he, she, it or they. And in the object pronouns it can be him, her, it or them. So these are the first person, second person and the third person. So I hope you understood the first person, second person and the third person and also the subject pronoun and the object pronoun. Now let's see the singular and plural personal pronouns. Which are the singular personal pronouns? I, you, he, she, it, all these are singular personal pronouns. Which are the plural personal pronouns? We, you, they are the plural personal pronouns. So you can be both singular and plural. You can be used both in the plural and singular form. It can be used both as a subject pronoun and also the object pronoun. You doesn't change and also it. It and you is the same in the subject and in the object. Now let's look at some examples. I broke the glass. Which is the pronoun in this sentence? I is the pronoun in this sentence and I is the subject pronoun because it comes in the subject part and it is a subject in that sentence. Now, my mother shouted at me. Here which is the object pronoun? The object pronoun is me. Because me is used as the object. Me is used as the object and it is in the telling part or in the predicate part. It comes after the verb. Shouted is a verb. So me comes after the verb shouted. So me is the object pronoun. The other pronoun in that sentence is mine. The other examples are we went to the forest. Which is the pronoun in that sentence? We is the pronoun and we is the subject pronoun because it comes as a subject and in the initial part of the sentence and also before the verb because it comes before the verb. We went to the forest. Went is a verb and we comes before the verb went. So it is a subject pronoun. The animals surrounded us. Which is the pronoun in this sentence? Us. Us is the object pronoun because it comes after the verb surrounded. Surrounded is the verb. Next, you. We can frame a sentence with you. You have to submit the notes tomorrow. You have to submit the notes tomorrow. Here which is the pronoun? You. and use a subject pronoun because it comes before the verb have to submit. Have and submit is the verb here. We have been waiting for you. Here, we is also the pronoun and you is also the pronoun. But which is the object pronoun? It is the you. It comes after the verb waiting. So, you is the object pronoun. So, I hope you understood how to identify the subject pronoun and the object pronoun. Isn't it, children? Yes. So, children, I hope you understood what is a pronoun, how to identify pronouns in a sentence, how to frame sentences with pronouns, what is a personal pronoun, which are the persons, which are the first person, second person and third person, which are the subject and object pronouns, which are the singular and plural personal pronouns. I hope you all understood all these pronouns. So try to do the textual exercises. I have given you some examples, so try to do according to that. Read also the notes that are attached along with this. That's all for today. Let's wind up the session here. See you in the next class.